My name is Deborah Eduardo, and I am the superintendent for the LA County Office of Education.
Frances Gibson, Chief Academic Officer for the LA Unified. If it wasn't for the Charter College of Education, I wouldn't be an administrator today. This was my pathway to receiving my master's through a cohort model that really supported my success.
I never ever dreamed of being a superintendent. I always wanted to just make things better for kids and families, and I had a dream that all kids can learn and that everybody deserved a second chance.
Teachers, they're the most amazing human beings on the face of the earth. You have an opportunity to mentor, to lead, and folks watch us each and every day to see how we can make the world a better place.
The most rewarding thing about what I do is seeing how excited students get when you believe in them, when you genuinely care about them, and when you can instill hope and they start to have hope in themselves.
I'm just so fortunate that each and every day I get to teach.
My name is Linda Trevelyan. Currently, I work for Pasadena City College. I am a transfer advisor in the Transfer Center. I went to UCLA and got a teaching credential, and I taught and substituted third grade, and I found out right away I don't work with these kids that well. I identify with them, but I don't have a passion. And quite by accident, I went to the Career Center to find if I could see if there's another job somewhere. I was also faced with a move from the west side to San Gabriel Valley, and somebody said, yes, there's a job in the admissions office at Cal State LA. And so I became an evaluator, and I never left for almost 45 years. You need to celebrate people who help people get an education at whatever level it is. And education is so much more than finding a job. And the people who are in it are, at most levels, underpaid and just as passionate as I am. They need to feel as though, hey, I'm doing something that really helps people get where they want to go. And in turn, they will give back to society, and they will do the same thing in one way or the other. I'm passionate about helping people, and I can't think of any other profession where it feels more gratifying than education. My greatest pleasure is having a student come back and say, I got into Cal State LA, I got into UCLA, I got into Berkeley, or wherever. That is the most satisfying.
My name is Michelle Frerich. I'm the Executive Director of the Asian Youth Center. We're a community-based organization that's been around for almost 30 years. We provide after-school programming, social services, and employment services for youth. The after-school and summer school programming is really great because kids who are not working at grade level in English and math, they get intervention tutoring along with regular after-school programming. We also do gang intervention and social services with middle school, high school kids who have gotten off track. Kids can get in trouble and they can recover from it, and they can make really good choices going forward. And then we do employment services for low-income youth because most people's first job actually comes from their family connections. And if you're coming from a community where your parents don't have those connections, it's really important that somebody mentors you, that somebody helps you, somebody connects you, and you get those work experiences early so that you can compete with everybody else. Finally, we do community education and outreach to the immigrant community about a variety of topics where there's a gap in knowledge. Over the years, we've had several staff and professors from Cal State LA on our board of directors. We've been able to recruit volunteers, interns, and also student staff from your pool of students. And it's been a great relationship. We really enjoy working with young people who are community-minded, and they are. Over time, the communities change, and they move around, and they shift, and they grow. And we want to make sure that our mission meets the needs of the communities that we serve. It's so important to celebrate the work of educators and educational organizations, and we're the after school and the summer school supports but we're also giving that boost to the kids that really need it. All of us as a system, as an educational system, we're helping to build the next generation.
My name is Kenneth Turner, Restorative Justice Teacher Advisor at Alexander Hamilton Senior High School. I went to Horace Mann to get a basketball coaching job. I wanted to volunteer at my old junior high school to coach the basketball team. It just so happens that there was a teacher's aide position available. And I was doing that and going to LA Southwest College and trying to, learn real estate and all that stuff. But I enjoyed working with the kids, but it was more from a basketball coaching standpoint. And then something happened in 1992. The riots in LA showed me my purpose. Watching my city that I was born and raised in burn up, it was clear as day. I need to be in education so I could help students understand all this in context. And that's what got me to thinking, okay, I must go to school and graduate and get my degree so I can start teaching. The most exciting thing about what I do and most rewarding thing about what I do is to see students have that aha moment, that moment when what you said or what you have said or what you've been saying or what you've been trying to communicate to them, they finally get it. And you start to see that change. They start to make different decisions. They start to talk a little differently. I really enjoy getting to know students and getting to know their stories and helping them in any way they can on their journey. When you're doing this work, you're not really doing it for rewards. You kind of you have your head down and you're working every day. When you do get the honor, when you do get the accolade, it reminds you that what you do is important. You're contributing to something much bigger than just you. Sometimes we provide this service to our students and we give them hope. They don't realize sometimes how much hope they give us.
My name is Anita Kwong Chu, Superintendent of Garvey School District. Growing leaders every single minute of my work is my #1 vision. I count on empowering a team of leaders and empowering our students so that they also can be investing in other people's life and growing leaders. I remember being a youngster, I looked up to my teacher and always wanted to be just like her. So that actually planted a little seed in me, wanting to be a teacher. So getting into education is almost like a dream being fulfilled. That also started my journey here at Cal State LA. That I started my credential program, blessed with great professors, really opened my eyes to a much bigger world. I had to overcome a whole bunch of language and cultural barriers. And throughout my growth journey, I've been blessed with amazing mentors who definitely see in me more than I see in myself. My personal journey is definitely a testimony of the amazing outcome that can be resulted as mentors continue to invest in young lives. Encouragement, recognition given to our educators and our community leaders is so important so that they know that they are on the right track, their investment is worthwhile, it may take time, and yet this is the right thing to do.
My name is Shirley Early Stark Wallace, and I worked for Los Angeles Unified School District for 41.5 years, and my last assignment was setting up King Drew Medical Magnet High School. When I first started college, basically the choices for me would have been to be a social worker, a nurse, or a teacher. I realized I really wanted to work with students, so I did not want to work as the top administrator in counseling, but to be an administrator who could work with students. When I went to King Drew, I became a disciplinarian, which I had avoided all my life. But with King Drew, I became the counselor and the disciplinarian. It was wonderful to move up to have those different opportunities and to end up actually starting a school and realizing what that school is today. I have worked to inspire students to make sure that students understand they have the ability to follow their dreams. Each year we ended up with 95% of the students either going to the military or to college. And to me, that was just a wonderful, wonderful accomplishment. It is important to recognize educators because of the role they play in the development of our children in our country. There's really no occupation more valuable than having an outstanding teacher, because I know what they did for me in elementary school, in high school, in junior college, and at Cal State LA.
My name is Donna Clement. I was the middle school counselor at Oak Avenue Intermediate School in Temple City. I'm also on the California Association of School Counselors Board. I was an elementary school secretary. I loved when the kids would come in at lunchtime, and I remember little Nicky would come in and he would sit on my lap and he would tell me about his day, and I thought, wow, this is something. And it cemented in me the notion that I really wanted to work with kids. The impetus to go back to graduate school and to pursue school counseling came to me when I realized that all of our daughters were in college, choosing careers and working toward that, and I said, I'm not done. There's something more I can do. And I said, I want to be a school counselor. I was the original first middle school counselor in Temple City. My partner, when we had two counselors, did the personal social domain, did guidance lessons for all of the students. And I think that's why we're a bully-free campus, because people know what to do when they're being bullied. I did the academic domain, where I taught all the students in 7th grade test-taking skills. So of course they all got A's after they took that lesson from me. And together we shared the counseling, the career domain, and did lessons for all of the 8th grade students on preparing for high school and beyond. The challenges earlier on were convincing the faculty and the administration that what we did was valuable, that we knew what we were doing, and we had a comprehensive program. Over time, they bought into the program, and we were able to really make a substantial difference in the life of students at my school.
My name is Dr. Monte Perez. I'm president of Los Angeles Mission College in San Fernando, California. I'm very, very honored by this because I went to school at Cal State University, Los Angeles. I've been in education for almost 40 years now. Started as a student activist, developed a lot of programs that are now staple at universities and colleges. The EOP did not start by legislators. It started by student activists. And so I was one of the students at Cal State along with the other state university students where we pushed the administration to develop a program like this. I mean, we started just going out there and picking up African American and Latino students, Chicano students, and saying, you want to go to school? Yeah, okay, come on, we'll get you in. And of course the administration was like, oh, well, gee, you know, they're not going to make it. And we proved them wrong. Our students did succeed. A year later, the legislature passed it. I think the most satisfying what I do is just working with young people in particular and finding solutions, whether it be through a legislative route, whether it be administrative. Most gratifying is solving these major higher education hurdles.